Hello and welcome, dear listener and viewer. My name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. I'm the host of this podcast, Mogobe's Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. I've been talking a lot about the issue of abundance. The last episode I spoke at length about abundance and why it is necessary for us to shift from the scarcity mindset to abundance. And in the context of entrepreneurship, it is an issue that I want to develop further because it's not normally a subject of conversation, and it is something that we don't apply our minds to as entrepreneurs in the ordinary course of things. So in this part, I dig deeper as to why abundance thinking is necessary if we're going to move from the wilderness of scarcity to the promised land of success, the promised land of abundance, which we all strive for. Some people were querying when I spoke last time about saying that Africa is the richest continent. I want to clarify that Africa is the richest continent in terms of potential, human resources. But more importantly, it is right now, without any doubt, the richest continent insofar as the abundance and availability of natural resources. Our gold, our silver, and all the minerals that we can think of that the world needs are in the African continent, or the vast majority of them are in the African continent, not to mention oil and all other things. So Africa is the richest continent. I repeat that. But here are the 10 nuggets of wisdom insofar as abundance is concerned, and why you need to focus your minds on the idea of abundance and constantly move yourself from scarcity to abundance. Number one, it is like the air we breathe. To me, I think oxygen is available to us in abundance. We have not been given any rules and regulations as to how to access it. It's freely and generously given to us. So it taps in further into this aspect of abundance that God the Almighty has given us. Free oxygen, the air we breathe. So the natural inclination should be towards abundance. Number two, there's an abundance of problems. This one may seem negative on the face of it, but if we appreciate that there's an abundance of difficulties in the world, it means also that there's an abundance of opportunities, there's abundance of challenges where entrepreneurs need to focus their minds to see what solutions they can bring to bear and what solutions they can bring about in the marketplace to bring about the change that is necessary. So the abundance of problems and the abundance of difficulties may seem like it's backward thinking, it's scarcity thinking, or it's negativity thinking, but you should consider that I've always believed that inside every adversity is a promise of a greater or equivalent blessing or advantage. Number three, there is information available in abundance. In this modern age, I think it was Brian Tracy who referred to it as the Psychozoic age, the age where since the beginning of time, mankind was fantasizing about this period when information is available, information is at our fingertips. You can influence anyone, anywhere in the world through the touch of a button, through the use of modern technology. So it speaks to abundance, it speaks to the ease of access with which we can communicate as being unlike any other in the history of mankind. Number four, we are continually to be optimistic and to maximize, for us to maximize the innumerable opportunities that we have. So what am I saying? I'm saying you need to look at various industries. For instance, I'm in the industry of real estate. I submit to you that if you look closely, there are so many niches. There's a multiplicity of niches or areas in real estate that you can focus on and find an opportunity if you pay attention. As I said, you would need to educate yourself, you need to enlighten yourself, and you need to immerse yourself in the field that you are interested in. That was just an example of many available fields such as stocks, such as other areas of economic endeavor. Number five, as entrepreneurs, we have boundless energy. I believe that every entrepreneur has to have that energy. I do not want to hear entrepreneurs saying, zwaka presa, nakela pile, or all that negative energy we don't need. As entrepreneurs, you should, from the time you wake up to the time you lay your head on the bed, you should be moving and getting things done. So we have boundless energy, we have boundless strength. We just need to believe it, we just need to exercise and apply exercise that belief and apply ourselves forcefully towards our challenges. So we have boundless energy. Number six, Real entrepreneurs are, as I said, inherently positive in their outlook. I mentioned this one again for a reason, because it needs to be beaten into our heads. An abundant mindset appreciates that there's more than enough for everybody, and therefore you adopt an optimistic and a positive mental attitude all the time. That's what real abundant thinkers are about, and this is what I want to inculcate within the entrepreneurial community in Botswana. Number 7, an abundant-minded mindset says that you are never a victim. In other words, an abundant mindset is against the idea of giving excuses or representing yourself as a victim. And one of my ambitions is to fight the disease I call victimitis and the disease I call excusitis. Victimitis is the idea you're always a victim, you're always under pressure, and excusitis is the idea that you're always having an excuse for not doing what you are entitled to and what you ought to be doing to change your future and to change your circumstances. So you should have an abundant mindset to meet excusitis head on and victimitis head on. Number 8, a fixed scarcity mindset is very problematic because it is toxic. It is like poison. It's venomous, and it drains your energy. It takes away what you ought to be bringing to the table, and it draws you backwards. So I am against scarcity. Scarcity should be fought. Scarcity is our enemy in terms of our mindset, because it is toxic and it is negative in every sense of the word. Number 9, the more abundant thinking we have, the more appreciative we are of others, the more we are appreciative of our reality, the more we are appreciative of the Creator and the universe in which we live. So the abundance mindset is about appreciation. The abundance mindset is about gratitude. The abundance mindset is about a full embrace of what is available to us and what can become available to us if we apply our minds in a correct fashion. I'll give you an example. If you go to Dubai or you go to UAE, you find that place is hotter than in Botswana, 100 times more, I would argue. And there's so much sand there, sand dunes. But instead of wallowing in despair, they've elevated their sand into sand dunes, and they have a whole industry having to do with desert safaris. So we need to have that sort of mindset that we take our sand, we take things that people perceive as a negative. In other words, we take our lemons and turn them into lemonade. So that is an abundance type of thinking. Number 10, an entrepreneur will automatically succeed if they are abundant, because they'll never run out of steam in terms of making more effort. They'll never be discouraged by the amount of resources they have. They'll try once, they'll try again, up to 100 times. In the context of real estate, I'll give you an example. Most of the gurus, the top gurus, advise that in real estate, it's comparable to looking for gold or looking for diamonds. You have to move a lot of dirt and move a lot of ground before you can find that piece of precious metal. So similarly, an opportunity that is good, that is worthwhile in real estate requires a lot of effort. And the example I wanted to give you, that they say you have to look at 100 properties before you narrow it down to say 10 properties, and then you make offers on 3 properties and then possibly buy 1. So it's a whole idea of looking at an abundance of what is available to select the one beautiful thing that you need to succeed. Number 11, this is a bonus. As always, I always give you a bonus, and apologize for the previous episode where I said I'm giving you a bonus, but it was only number 10. But let me make amends in this one and make it clear that it's number 11 that I'm talking about, and it's a bonus. And what is the bonus idea? What is the number 1 reason for moving away from scarcity to abundance? It is like going into a dark room where you switch on the light bulb and all the darkness disappears. In other words, if you come up with an abundance mindset and you switch it on, all the negativity, if you are in a group of people, if you are in a place which seems depressed and struggling, the minute you switch on that mindset, the minute you apply it with belief and with faith, all the negativity that is associated with scarcity will disappear. So switch on the light bulb when you get into a dark room. and switch on the light bulb when you get into a dark environment of scarcity, so that you can replace that environment with an abundance mindset. That said, dear listener, dear viewer, that brings us to the end of our podcast, and it's been a privilege and an honor to share with you. All I request is that please show your appreciation of some of this content by subscribing to our channel and also liking what we are offering. In addition to that, I invite you to make comments. You can comment here in our YouTube channel, and you can also comment in our Facebook channel under both Mogobe Incorporated and also under my name. It is a privilege and an honor, as I said. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.